Good afternoon. Welcome to TNT.
My name is Thomas Jackson.
My name is Nick Clausen.
My name is Theo Bloom.
And today we are making meatloaf.
Now,
we are showing right now the importance of washing your hands to keep your food clean.
your meat.
First step to making meatloaf is picking your meat. Then you have to choose a binder, and then also you have to pick a vegetable. Then you gotta choose a mix-in. Then you gotta bake the meatloaf, and lastly you gotta make a glaze.
TNT.
Alright, now we're back. And first you gotta preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So you click oven temp, and you push that up.
Pause.
After that, you gotta pour the breadcrumbs into the meat, like this.
Step 3. We've chosen shredded carrots as our vegetable. Shredded carrots. We must put them into the food processor. And make sure that the thing locks. And just pulsate it. Next, you will have to take the blade out, put it in your sink, use a spoon and see if you have about a cup of carrots. Spoon in the carrot. It seems like we're going to need some more carrots. Nope, it's good now. And welcome back to
TNT.
Now we're going to finish up step 3 and go into step 4. We're going to pour our about 1 cup of carrots into our mixing bowl. Then, we're going to take the whole bag of cheese and open it and dump it in.
Hey guys, we're doing step 5, and I'm cutting the onions right now. You're supposed to cut them into big chunks because we're just going to throw them into the food processor after that. And that will do the rest for you. Make sure it's locked. And pulse it. And that looks pretty good. And so now you're going to measure out 1 cup of the onions. And so you measure it until you get all the way to the top. And that looks about good. And then, so you're going to pour it into the mixing bowl. Hi guys, we're still working on step 5, so we're about to bake the meatloaf. So right now, I'm chopping herbs up. It's supposed to be about 2 tablespoons. And this looks just about right. And you want to cut them into really small pieces, just to give it a little bit of flavoring. Not too much, because then it won't taste good. And that looks about good. And so we're going to pour that into the mixing bowl also. And now we're going to put 1/4 cup of ketchup. And you got to fill it all the way to the top. Tippy tippy top. Oh. That looks about good. And you dump that in. So now we are going to crack the eggs.
Can I please?
Without the shells. Put that in there. Throw that in the sink. 2 eggs. No shells. And then you're going to whisk it. Because it's a lot easier to bake it at the end, to cook it at the end. So you whisk it until it's all yellow like that. And that looks about right. And then you dump it into the mixing bowl again. Guys, I'm gonna add the final few ingredients for step 5. So first, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce in here. And you always want to, I didn't do it, but you always want to do it over the bowl in case it spills like I almost just did. And then you pour that into the mixing bowl. Now I'm going to use a garlic press to mince the garlic. And you're just going to press it like that. And you gotta use the knife to scrape it off. Get that all out of there. So now we're going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Again, you want to put it over there in case it spills. There's 1 teaspoon. Dump that in. Then you take a 1/2 teaspoon measuring cup. Dump that in there. And the final ingredient for step 5 is to grind the pepper all over. You don't really need a certain amount, just you have to use your own common sense to see if it's all over. Just try to get it, just to add some flavor. That looks about good.
And welcome back to
TNT.
And for the final step, and the most fun step, we're going to mix the meatloaf. The best way to do that is with your hands. So what you gotta do is just get in there and smush it.
Smush it.
That is the technical term. Smush. And you gotta get the onions in there, the carrots, the Worcestershire sauce, the carrots, I said that.
It's the most important step.
Gotta get in there and mix it.
You mix that meatloaf deal.
I'm mixing that loaf.
Your hands look really nice.
And after this, you have to wash your hands because touching egg and then eating it, raw egg, is not very healthy. And now we're about done smushing the meatloaf. We just gotta get in there, make sure every part of the meat is loafed. And then just gotta take it, get it into a ball, and plop it. That's another technical term on the parchment paper. And you just gotta shape it into an oval. Preferably, the larger the hand, the easier it is. Okay, now we're good.
So right now, I'm gonna put the bacon on the meatloaf to make it taste, like just to add the flavor. Get the bacon right here. Put it like sideways. Just doing the same thing.
You can do it, Thomas. It's all in the heart. Just believe in yourself.
We're probably gonna have enough. And seriously?
So guys, this is the before part before we bake it.
Yummy.
So now the oven is at 350 degrees, and we are going to put the meatloaf in there. Make sure you have oven mitts on so you don't burn yourself to death. So we're going to put that in there. Slide it all the way down in there. I'll close that, and you put the timer for 30 minutes. Started, and now we wait. So while the meatloaf is cooking, we're going to make the glaze. So first, we're going to add 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. Which is over here. And measure it out until it reaches the very top, like that. And then you're gonna dump it in. After that, we're gonna put 1 teaspoon of chipotle chili sauce. For these purposes, we're actually gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon. And you're gonna put it over there. Yeah. Chipotle is very spicy, so you don't want too much, or else it's just gonna mess up the flavor. That's even if you don't fill it up to the top, that's good. Just a little bit of flavor. And now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cider vinegar sauce, apple cider vinegar.
Oh,
Just
God.
keep going, keep going. And after you put that in, we are going to put 2 teaspoons of honey in. This might take a little while. Alright, so there's 1 teaspoon. And now for the 2nd teaspoon. And that's about right. And you dump it in there. And now, after that, after we put all of our ingredients in, we are going to whisk it to just stir up all the ingredients until they all look nicely mixed in with each other, like so. And that's good.